The moment the waitress slid the folded note beside his plate, Oliver Hayes felt something he hadn't felt in years. Fear, not the fear of losing money or power, but the quiet, unsettling fear that comes when the past suddenly finds you. The steak in front of him sat untouched, steam rising under the diner's bright afternoon lights. The note, small and plain, felt heavier than every asset he owned. To anyone else, Oliver was just another man in worn jeans and a faded jacket. No one here knew he was worth millions. That was exactly why he came. Oliver chose places like this on purpose. For the past year, he had been traveling quietly, hiding his wealth, eating at ordinary diners, trying to reconnect with the world he had once belonged to. Somewhere between building a successful company and signing endless contracts, he had lost something human inside himself. He didn't know what it was, only that it mattered. The diner smelled of coffee and warm bread. Sunlight poured through wide windows, reflecting off chrome tables and old wooden booths. It was simple, familiar, safe. The waitress who served him moved with calm efficiency. Her name tag read Lena Porter, the edges worn smooth from years of use. She looked tired, deeply tired, but there was a softness in the way she refilled his water and checked if he needed anything else. Her hands trembled slightly. Not from nervousness, from exhaustion. Still, she smiled. Not the kind of smile that comes from happiness, but the kind that says, "I'm okay, even if I'm not." Halfway through his meal, Lena returned. Without a word, she gently slid the folded note beside his fork. Their eyes met for just a moment, long enough for Oliver to feel something unspoken pass between them. Then she walked away. Oliver unfolded the paper slowly. He expected a reminder about the bill. Or maybe a simple thank you. Instead, his breath caught. The note was short, no request. No plea. It read, "You may not remember me. Years ago, you slept in your car behind this diner. I brought you leftover food and told you not to give up. You said you didn't know if you could survive. I told you one thing: you matter more than your worst day. I never forgot you. I hope you didn't forget yourself." Oliver's chest tightened. He remembered. The cold night. The empty gas tank. The shame of sleeping in his car. He remembered the back door opening quietly. A woman handing him food in a paper bag. The kindness he hadn't deserved but desperately needed. That night had changed everything. He had promised himself that if he ever made it, if he ever escaped that life, he would become someone worthy of that kindness. Somewhere along the way, buried under success and ambition, he had forgotten. Oliver watched Lena move from table to table, serving strangers with the same care she once gave a broken man behind a diner. Her life hadn't transformed into a miracle story. She was still here, still working long shifts, still choosing kindness without expecting anything in return. That realization hit him harder than any business failure ever had. His greatest challenge hadn't been making money. It had been remembering why he started. When Oliver asked for the check, he took out a pen. His hand shook as he wrote. He left more than a generous tip. He left a letter. In it, he thanked Lena for saving a man who didn't yet know how to save himself. He told her that her kindness had grown into something far bigger than either of them, that it had shaped a life, a company, and a promise he was finally ready to honor. He wrote that he was ready to use his success to lift others the way she once lifted him. As Oliver stood to leave, sunlight followed him to the door. Lena noticed the letter too late to stop him. She read it slowly, her hands covering her mouth. Their eyes met one last time. This time she didn't smile out of habit. She smiled because hope had returned to a place she thought it had left. And Oliver walked away knowing something important. Kindness, when remembered, never disappears. It waits, and when it's time, it comes back to remind us who we are. If this story touched your heart, like, comment, and subscribe. Because sometimes the smallest note awakens the biggest promise.